I like to call in fire, earth, air, water, spirit, and ether. My way show is angels, gods, ancestors, sacred ones. Please be here with me now. I set the intention that all the tools used in this session are dedicated to growth and well-being of all beings in this place. Guys, so in continuation with the last video I just did, hi, I'm Candy, the Celestial Goddess. If you, yeah, you've been here before, then welcome back. If not, hopefully, right, you stay around for a while. So, in continuance with the last um reading I did, Moon and Aries, and I'm sitting here debating because I'm like, I did Aries reading, but if it's, I'm just gonna follow my guidance. This is the card that came out in the sexual oracle deck, as I believe advice, right? Now, it's passion. It's a two. It's passion. So twos, right? We know is about partnership, some balance, and all this other stuff, right? Other cards that came out the next reading, right, which is Venus, who wants to talk specifically. It's going to be planet reading in the sun, right? Get messages from directly, right, from those planets to see, okay, what where we going here as medicine for the previous video I just did, right? The placement. I did a placement. I did Moon and Taurus reading. It came up in that reading. So this placement, Moon in the Aries. You could go to the Aries video and look at that one. It could help. Because Mars been coming up a whole lot really in all of the channelings I just did. So I don't know. We are all signs. They all line our chart, guys. You gotta print out your natal chart. I love absolutely astrology. I just said this with Emily Clinsburg. So her book is here. She got workbooks and work pages. If you want to, it's good for people who study psychology because we love psychological tests, and that's what these shits that crabs and filling them in. I don't know. It's perfect for Scorpio, especially a Mars Scorpio like me. It give me something to do. I just sit down and bust them shits out. I do my daughters. I got my sisters. My, I don't know if I did my sisters yet. Maybe I might, but no, yeah. Um, now here we I am in Philadelphia. Guys, the trolley, I'm gonna get on it and I'm gonna do a video. Okay? And yes, I am. I'm gonna show you how the trolley is so this place, Philadelphia, yes, it's so historical, it makes no sense. Like everything from the place where my daughter works, it's all relevant. Like I look online and I read about the history of this place where she works. She works in a psychiatric hospital here. Um, it's interesting. It's related to the Quakers and all of this stuff. So yes, I'm the cleanest. I love. I'm like a historian, so it's perfect. Hopefully, it's the fall is coming. So I want to just get around here and walk around, like try get on the trolley. Just see. I'm gonna just take it from one end and then to the next end and see. I don't know. Just see. But Moon and Aries. Moon and Aries. So I was saying a Moon and Aries placement is I could have done this reading before on another channel I had. But I'm gonna do it again. I could have on another channel I have. It's Candy Crowder, right? The Celestial Goddess, right? It's old videos. It's not that old. Maybe a year or two ago. But currently, right, meaning what they might be going through right now in this present time, right, with the node, whichever node, guys, one of them is hitting Mars. God, my brain works this way. So in this case, in psychology, when you're doing therapy, especially CBT, that's the perspective I come from. You always go home with homework, guys. So some of you have to do some of the work yourself. But it's how you learn. Guys, if you're afraid to know the truth, then this is not going to be the place for you. Because I'm all about that life, truth and honesty and liberation and freedom and fuck jail. Just use my English. But I'm telling the truth. So And glory be to the Most High God. I live in a country where we have freedom of speech. And glory again. Glory to the Most High God. I just saw my little sister Danielle, right? We look alike. That have we had like I have YouTube to just yeah to just use this channel. It's free. I could just do it. It don't matter. I could just do it. It's perfect for a Scorpio and for a living like me. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm gonna just trust the part that can do the videos. I know Google know me because I got email from Google. Google. With my first channel about being like appreciating me being a social activist around the time when um George Floyd, yes, in Baltimore, yes, I was living in Wilmington. He his brother was a member of my mother's church. He used to be, yes, mama. My mother was a member of for a very long time. So, yes, guys. Um, Now this is to me. I don't know if the word is auspicious, but now it's moon, right? The moon inside of Aries, the archetype of yes, Aries, which is right. Let's see. According to Emily, I'm gonna read that card, guys, as advice. It has to do with the first house, right? I'm just listening to Mars frequency, guys. This is a very physical energy. It is trapped into the type or oh no flight or is it fight or flight? Yeah. Now this is something I did in my undergrad in a philosophy class. My professor made us go look at a video. It was a video recorded. I believe it to be the Holland Tunnel. This is a very physical energy. It is tapped into the fight or fight process, right? Was fight or was fight with response, fight or yes, like response. Process of the human body, often adrenaline seeking and in deep need to be to feel alive and with purpose. This is a strong physical energy and movement and exercise will be very important to maintaining this energy. This is the energy of the leader and does not like to be challenged because it wants to lead that way. It is extremely goal oriented and needs to be moving towards something at all times. They want to go their own way and are willing to fight for the good fight, assuring, yes, assuming. Now, this is it, what she says, assuming they agree with it. So, assuming, so yes, Aries assume that so they move and may go in a direction, assuming that they agree with it. Which is why I say, see, with Aries, dealing with Aries people, right? They start off really strong and then for some reason they lose steam. But it might be because they assumed that they wanted this thing, right? Going past, and then somewhere down the line, something happens. So Aries, right? The fight, they make a lot of assumptions. And then what? Now, are you the person that apologize like back, okay, and say sorry, or do you just act like whatever? Moon and Aries to me, right, in my perspective, right, it's the moon. It's what's hidden inside of Aries. What's hidden inside of Aries is their deep need for a close and intimate relationship. It's really they most of them I believe, especially if they are like breastfed babies, they tend to clean. Yes, they want to suck on your fucking ass. Oh yes, girl, you be like, good God, oh, they just want to suck on you. Yep, and my name is Candy. Yes, they like they get attached to you. They like that's the thing. They moon sign. Yes, and so if yeah, moon in Aries specifically because it's cancerous. Yes, yes, the motherfuckers are like parasitic. Yup. If it's bad, yo, they latch onto your ass and they really don't want to let go. And if they gotta let go, it's because of some pressing. It's something they committed to and they just cannot let go of. But they will still try to keep your ass too as long as they can. And if they can't, it's because of yeah, some issue, some abandonment issue that is related to the mom. See the moon energy. So I find Moon and Aries in past life, they got deep trauma, right? Maybe abandonment issues that is related to their mom. Their mom, yes, abandoned them in some way. It could be mentally, physically, yeah, psychologically, but some way, somewhere down the line, it, even in back life, right? In past lives, him and his mom relationship or yeah, attachment, something happened with their with their attachment. It was cut in some way. And so these type they like the Knight of Wands, they move on from relationship to really fast because they can't stay still. See the movie, it gotta constantly be moving. But the moon, so it's a combination of the first and second house. Is their past and the present and the past. Yes, they passed. The past and the present and the past. Yes. Yeah, there's always some conflict, but the conflict in the present. It comes from the past relationships, past issues, past with their moms, dealing with baby mother, the feminine energy, the moon, dealing with and feeling abandoned by them in some way. And for Aries, because they are so passionate, but it quick now, anger because for some reason now it depends on whatever is in their first play in their first house because some like I had two right with the same birthday just different year. One communicated pretty well and one just did not. One was able to say sorry and one and one was not. But they had a significant age difference. One was like the Knight of Wands, that was my ex. He was yes, a significant, I think 10 years. And my it was a significant one, five, but he was 5 years older than me. So he was yes. So he was more able, the older one, Jemiah's father was able to communicate a little bit more better, at least his feelings. But now he did have an anger management problem. Not at me, but shit, at people. He wasn't abusive to me. No. So now, no, he was not. He never even called out of my name. He never even called me a bitch. The nurturer, Cancer, right? So the moon, right? Cancer. Cancer could be the sign of Cancer, somebody with cancer, right? Cancer could be somebody with cancer, somebody dying of cancer. Cancer, the disease could be prevalent to what Aries, but it's significant because the spiritual disease is spiritual, is cancerous, right? So So for Cancer, issues, dealing with the blood too. So for Cancer, the nurturer. This is an emotionally driven energy that is always seeking to find purpose in caring and connecting with others. They view themselves through the lens of relationships and therefore take the actions of others as a way of determining who they are. So now cancers have to be careful because especially yes, growing up because what does this say? take the actions of they take the actions of others as a way of determining who they are. So they look and see what people doing, and then then they determine who they are by it. So their parents, right, play the adults in their life in their childhood. They play a significant role in them determining who they are. Now, from a psychological perspective, is yes, child development and all of that. There are significant stages where things happen in the brain, in the mind, and also right when in the soul. If you go to church and you do, yeah. So this also happens when they come in contact with people in religious institutions, in your churches, in your synagogues, your mosques. Yeah. So therefore, when you're dealing with cancer children, when you got to be careful who they are. Yeah, even of that. So yeah, this is a very strong emotional intelligence with this energy, but they can just as easily project their own thoughts and feelings onto others and become confused. Uh-huh. See, the danger now, if you are you have a cancer and they are in a household who uses like negative behavior thinking and behavior patterns like um reverse psychology and all of this stuff, you use fear techniques and all of this stuff on them, then they learn how to do this. And then, yes, they learn behavior. And then it causes them all kinds of, it can lead to like psychotic disorders and emotional disturbances. Yes. And, I have one. My daughter, Diamond, is a cancer sun and a cancer moon. Her inner child is always in as her mom, the moon, the nurturer. Every time when I talk to my daughter, I swear she's 26 years old. She sit on the floor and cross her legs like she's in daycare at the preschool. Yep, and listens to everything. She sit out on a couch because I sleep on her couch and we have conversation. She sit on the floor and cross her legs like, yep, and good, yep, yep. How does this happen? And I said this, I brought this to her attention today because I'm her mom. And because she's impressionable and she learns, yes, by everything. That's what she do. She sit down and she just listens to me. It's cancer. I don't know. It's like when you dealing with cancer energy, you always dealing with like you have to like consciously remember you always dealing with like their inner child. That's my experience with dealing with moon energy, cancers. There are um there are the collections of They are the collectors of the zodiac and subsequently have a tendency towards hoarding. This can apply to both physical items and emotional memories. They have a hard time letting go because the energy defines itself through experience with other, yeah, experiences with others. So here you got to be careful. It's a with cancer. But it's moon, yes, it's so they it's a little bit of both. See what I mean? Like moon and Aries, they need it's moon, it's cancer energy. They need a lot of nurturing and yes, they mothers play a significant role in Aries life, just like cancers, they need a lot of love and attention and hugging and touch. They need like skin to if you a Aries man, a woman, they need a lot of skin to skin contact. They also could have a attack like right to your breast. They might be men, but this is for a reason. A lot of them, if it's come to women, they could like love oral sex, giving it, right? They could be very yes, they love they givers. Aries, moon women, yes, they are givers when it comes to sex and sexual energy. And they will initiate. The women, yes, they will be, that's how I see it. They will probably initiate it if they need it, if they need closeness and all this stuff, they will lean in. But now the man will too with him if he trusts you. A moon in Aries, right? And a moon in, yeah, he will tell you probably everything about his life if he trusts you. The thing with Aries is them stopping a lot of I bet you if they be the research, a lot of first responders are, especially firemen, they fall into this fire, they fall into this moon. Yeah, I bet you if a lot of them, there's some correlation. They either sun, moon, or rising in Aries, or is some Aries aspect in their first chart with the moon, maybe a trine. It could be a square, but they need a whole lot of love. But they gotta be able to trust you. So the men, the women, I don't know. The women, moon and Aries, women, because they are feminine. So dealing with a masculine energy, like a masculine energy like that, could be probably confusing to a moon and Aries woman because they could have yeah, they could look like men, like their bodies very masculine. But that's because they mostly tend to, if they got to choose between moon and Aries, they're going to stay in the Aries energy, which is mostly masculine. They're going to channel to keep, yeah, they'll keep blowing and keep blowing and keep, yeah, this to avoid dealing with feminine issues that come up with every woman. But women with like moon and Aries, they want, yeah, they for some reason the moon, because it's what's hidden. For some reason, they want to keep, yeah, act like it's not happening and ignore it. They have an issue with hoarding too, and a lot eating disorders, bulimia, anorexia. These are considered psychological disorders. They got to deal with the mind. They have issues with the digestive system that because they have in the physical sense they have a problem digesting situations and things that happen. Specifically, again with the moon energy, their mom, and but moon with their mom specifically, especially in areas of communication, they have a difficult time communicating with their moms. Yes, both. I think Moon is the opposite. Moon and Aries, the men have issues with the mom, and um, the women have issues with the mom, but probably got with the dad too, because it's some yeah, because they tend to stay in masculine energy, so it's not natural for a woman to act like a man. I feel like it has something to do with a learned behavior. You learn it from somewhere, and they learn about they it, for some for some reason the women focused on both and look at both. It could have been power issues between um if they had lived in a two-parent home, power issues with the mother and father over money, all kinds of things. But there could have been where it seems like yeah a lot of conflict with in their mothers and fathers relationship, a lot of fighting and arguing, so it's confusing to a woman. You're like, okay, so right, so for a woman with this placement, she needs to be around nurturing, strong, powerful woman. But she has to be learn how to be in the receptive principle, learn how to, yeah, use feminine energy. Because the problem with people with women in moon and Aries, right, placement is that their husband, because if they have problems, body image problems, and all this stuff with food and eating and nourishment and all this other stuff that stem from issues, right, with fear in the childhood home, things with the mother and father, both of them, they're like a moon abandoned emotionally by mother and father, definitely, because it's moon. Like they mother, their parents are big busy fighting, and she is, yes, like confused and in distress, just trying to figure this shit out. So it kind of flips her into using masculine energy. So these things, the mind, right, and what happens in the mind and in the psyche, it has just stresses the brain, and your brain produce certain chemicals that cause, or yeah, manifest in a myriad of ways. Even in the physical body, your body, yes, start to change, taking on all of this, yeah, testosterone. You start to look like a man, and they know it. So I feel like Moon and Aries women, you have to work on your femininity. Be around women and do the femininity. Feminine, yes, femininity. Being, yes, a woman. Maybe, right, but that means getting comfortable with your body, because like intimacy could be an issue, sex, a issue. It's intimacy issues because now you can't be intimate. You can't, yeah, with your partner. It's like, yeah, now, because depending on who your partner is, right? They need intimacy. People get it. Yeah, you need closeness in your relationships. The men on the opposite hand, to me, they need women. The women they pick in their life have to be a nurturer. So Aries Cancer is a good sign for Aries, the sun and the horseman. So wishes. The Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. This is for the overall placement. You could look these up, right? The Sun and the first. I'm gonna go through all the houses, right? And pick a card. Then you gotta go look it up. It's 31. The Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, and wishes. So air some sort of wish fulfillment. I feel like is coming, because the wish card. I believe that might be it has something to do with Jupiter in Pisces or Jupiter. It's the one principle. So for people with this, maybe in the night, like it's either natal or it could be transit in the first house. Specifically, no, this is for the overall placement, right? Everybody, no matter what house, right? Some wish fulfillment, but it's specifically for you. So it's the rider. It's some news. The rider is coming in on a horse, but what is he? He's going to be coming with something, even if it's himself. But it's the sun. So he's riding into the sun. Somewhat, yeah. So yeah. So you could do the math and interpret it the way you want to. So if it's first house, we got shit. Yup. The Six of Pentacles, the Clover, which I just did the reading for Moon and Taurus. So you definitely need to go look at that video. Yup, number two. So you got Moon and Taurus. That's the video. This is connected to. Glory be to the Most High God. Yup. Number two. Second. Yep. Second house. Right? because yep, is the key, second house, and it is the eight of diamonds. Look it up, right? For advice, the key. So some key information, the key to something, the key to the heart. You see the key in the heart right there? The key. Fourth house. We talked about Cancer, right? So this is significant for Cancer, right? Cancer is the star. Six in Sun in Scorpio. So for Cancer, you dealing with some Scorpio. Six Sun in Cancer. 16, the star. Sun in I mean Scorpio. Sun in Scorpio. So you dealing. So a Scorpio is significant. Um, Cancer. Fifth house. Fifth house. If it's transit in the fifth house. The big fish. Yeah. Fifth house. The King of Pentacles. The big fish for fifth house. Sixth house. The King of Diamonds. Sixth house is the book. Sixth house, the book. Number 26, the Ten of Diamonds. Seventh house. Seventh house is the park. Number 20, Eight of Swords. Eight of, yeah. hmm What house was that? Sixth house. Seventh house. The bear. Seventh house. Ten of, what is that? That's the Ten of Wands. 15, right? Seventh house. If it's transit in the eighth house, the passage, right? 36, the Six of Swords. Six of Wands, right? Six of Clubs, I think that is. For eighth house. What is this? Eighth house? Yes. Is yeah, the passage for eighth house is the Six of Clubs, right? 36. Ninth house, Ten of Cups, the dog. Tenth house, okay, you got the Debonair, 10th house. Number 37, the Debonair, 10th house. 11th house, I'm gonna eat. 11th house is the Bouquet, number 9, which is the Queen of Swords. And 12th house is the Birds, 12th house, and it is the number 12, and it's the Seven of Diamonds. So, guys, I hope this helps. And okay, this card, right? I said, since you're gonna have to look that up, then let me help you out with that, right? Moon and Aries is number 2. I don't gotta go far, right? Yeah, it comes. These cards they come in different languages. So yeah, I don't know about that. Number 2, Passion, Aries Luna. The ribbon bands reveals and unleashes. It is a sexual connection. Reflection. Passion is a mixture of joy and pain. It is an exaltation of the senses, a fire of the heart, so burning and intense that it makes you feel sick. But wow, But woe, but Todd, it if it were not there with not passion, there would be no enterprise and no conquest. Wow. Right. Passion is a mixture of joy and pain. It is an exaltation of the senses, a fire of the heart, so burning and intense that makes you feel sick. See what I mean? Because with abandon, I know what I'm talking about. Because with abandonment issues, right? Sometimes it's so deep, it's so dark, it makes you sick. That's how I felt like with my father and him and his absentee. Yes, to the point where it could have made me sick. But thank God my mother was like, yeah, no, forgiveness is the way. Don't, yeah, why would you do this to yourself? Just forgive him. Like, you don't get sick over it. But abandonment, because, you know, it's the savior thing, right? When you in pain, it's like the fireman I was talking about, like, right, in times of your life, right? Say they come and save you in fires, right? It's like they the hero, they come and save you. So in some ways, you look for your father to do the same thing when in your life, right? So as a girl, right? Especially for because how do I learn about men, right? Glory be to the Most High God that I had seen my father. He was in and out. He was very inconsistent, right? But it was medicine for me. It was what he was supposed to do. So see forgiveness. But even back then when my father was doing it, I used to go to my IB in terrible pain. And my mother just be like, Kenny, just forgive him. So you can yes. Don't do that. Just forgive him. But if yes, it helped me really yes, and yeah. To yeah, get out of feeling sick and horrible about it. Because at this point, like, yeah, okay, so right, when was he never came to save me? I gotta accept that. Who the fuck is gonna and now at the yeah, he never came to save me. So at this point, I don't need him to. Well, I'm a grown woman. Well, yeah, I'm praying to the Father to send me a husband. I don't know if he gonna come save me, but I'll still want one. Maybe yeah, come save me for myself, save me from my boredom, right? Save me like in that way. Yeah, right. Because it is, yeah, yeah. But boredom meaning obviously like having like an intimate relationship. Yes, in that way, guys. But anyway, peace out.